Body camera video takes center stage at the retrial of former police officer Ray Tenzing for the shooting of Sam DuBose. Today, the mothers of both men hugged again. That came after testimony of a video expert. As Local 12's Deborah Dixon shows us, he testified Tenzing's story about the fatal shooting of DuBose doesn't match what his body cam shows. Deb?
That's right, Robin. Remember, this is the same forensic video analyst as in the first trial. And what he did, he works for the FBI Academy, so that gives him a lot of credibility. He broke down 8 seconds of video, frame by frame, to break down Tenzing's story. The body cam video starts with Ray Tenzing asking Sam DuBose repeatedly for his license. He was stopped because the plate on the car came back to a woman with a suspended license. 8 seconds later, Sam DuBose is dead.
I'm going to ask you again. You have a license on you.
Tenzing then asks DuBose to get out of the car and opens the door. You can see DuBose reach up to close it and put the key in the ignition. Tenzing says when the car started to move, he was afraid for his life. But video expert Grant Fredericks says that's not what the video shows.
This is another image at 1.5 seconds before the shot's fired. Again, we're looking out the window to the background, and we can see, even though there's some motion blur, we can see that we're still in the same perspective of the fence, which indicates there's not been any forward momentum of the vehicle at this point.
Fredericks said the car did not move until 0.8 of a second before DuBose was shot, and then it was 1 or 2 feet. Fredericks also says Tenzing was not tangled in the car. The prosecution read from Tenzing's statement that he was being dragged when he shot Sam DuBose.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting dragged by this guy's car. I don't want to die today. Can you examine whether or not Mr. Tenzing was being dragged by the time he yelled stop? Whether or not Mr. Tenzing was being dragged by the time that he yelled stop?
This is the moment that he yells stop.
A lot of emotion in the courtroom today from Sam DuBose's mother and sister because they're watching this video again of him being shot, of the last seconds of his life. This expert will continue tomorrow. Now you got to remember, the defense hasn't even started yet. These have all been prosecution witnesses. They have their own expert who's coming up later this week, Rob.
Deb, we'll look forward to that. Thanks very much. Local 12 has 3 reporters at the courthouse covering the Ray Tenzing trial. You can follow along with developments at local12.com.